In one of Star Trek, The Next Generation's most infamous episodes, Dr. Beverly Crusher, Gates McFadden, was romanced by a ghostly alien. Crusher served as chief medical officer aboard the USS Enterprise D, and her medical knowledge and profound sense of compassion made her an excellent doctor. She was close personal friends with Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, and, although the two colleagues had feelings for one another, they never allowed themselves to truly give in to them. Other than Jean-Luc, Beverly only had a few romantic partners on TNG, including her ghostly lover. Although Star Trek, The Next Generation was progressive in many ways, the show's female characters often had fewer and weaker storylines than their male counterparts. Many of the stories that featured Dr. Crusher or Counselor Deanna Trowari, Marina Sirtis, also involved romance storylines. While some of these romantic partners were perfectly fine, others were revealed to be aliens who were using Crusher or Trowari for something. One of Star Trek's strangest romances comes in TNG Season 7, Episode 14, Sub Rosa, when Beverly falls for the same alien ghost that romanced her grandmother. Dr. Crusher's Star Trek, TNG ghost romance Sub Rosa explained. That time Beverly slept with a ghost, who also happened to be her grandmother's ex. When Dr. Beverly Crusher's grandmother, Felisa Howard, Ellen Albertini Dow, passes away, the Enterprise D travels to Caldos 4 so Beverly can attend the funeral. As Dr. Crusher looks through her grandmother's belongings, she finds a diary in which Felisa discusses her romance with a 34-year-old man named Ronin, Duncan Reger. Ronin manipulates Beverly into falling in love with him and she asks to remain on Caldos 4. In the end, Dr. Crusher figures out that Ronin is actually an anaphasic alien who requires a corporeal host, and she destroys him when he tries to possess her. Gates McFadden does the best she can with the material, but Sub Rosa is not one of Dr. Crusher's finest moments. The plot does no favors for Crusher or the women in her family, implying that many of them have fallen victim to Ronin. While Sub Rosa has some genuinely creepy visuals, it ultimately fails as both a ghost story and a romance. Even Gates McFadden has expressed her disdain for the episode, acknowledging that it did not make much sense for Crusher as a character. Plus, the story never really has a point and it does not significantly affect anything aboard the Enterprise. Why Star Trek, TNG's Sub Rosa still defines Dr. Beverly Crusher. Star Trek, Picard Season 3 helped redefine Drive Crusher. Star Trek's strangest episodes are often the most memorable, for both good and ill. Even though Sub Rosa often makes it onto lists of Star Trek, The Next Generation's worst episodes, it has unfortunately become one of Dr. Crusher's defining moments. With its bizarre storyline and surprisingly open exploration of sexuality, Sub Rosa left quite an impression. As one of the last TNG episodes focused on Beverly Crusher, Sub Rosa is likely the episode many fans remember when thinking about her character. Thankfully, Gates McFadden returned in Star Trek, Picard Season 3 to redefine the way people thought of Dr. Crusher. Not only does Dr. Crusher come crashing back into Admiral Picard's life with a son in tow, but she has also learned some impressive new skills. Since her departure, Dr. Crusher and her son have been traveling the galaxy offering medical assistance to those in need. Beverly remains a brilliant scientist and doctor, but she has also become considerably more skilled with a phaser and a ship's weapons system. While this new version of Dr. Crusher may not erase all memories of her ghostly love affair, it goes a long way toward redefining Star Trek, The Next Generation's Doctor.